effort from outside the box there, as Froms was grasping at thin air. The deflection taking it well away from her. And what a start to this match. It was Schmidt who pulled the trigger. It all started with this lovely play on the right-hand side. Wolfsburg just unable to clear. And it smashed into the back of the net there. It was Wilms who couldn't clear. And the deflection coming off her head as well to beat her keeper. Lara Schmidt, though, helping herself to a third goal of the season. Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga. Oh, tremendous excitement between these two. Once again, after that 3-3 draw on the opening day of the season, we could be in for another cracker here. Oh, Wolfsburg, having taken the lead so early, would have expected to build upon that. Instead, Bremen showing what they can do, as there's a lovely ball here for Berenstein. Now she's in on goal and she converts. It's 2-1, she's at the double. We've got 3 goals here, we haven't even played 9 minutes. It's been a frenetic start, but what a pass that was through to Berenstein. We'll take another look at it. There was no real hint of offside at first view. As that's a magical ball from the centre of the park. It was Latvine who sent it through to her, and it's a clinical finish. Oh, we're certainly getting good value already in this match. It's Werder Bremen 1, Wolfsburg 2, and Werder Bremen coming forward again here immediately, looking to get back level pegging as quickly as possible, as they did for 1-1. Wheelhouse causing danger. As the next ball comes in, and that's headed out of play by Linda. That should be the first corner of the game. Goes to the home side. Can Wolfsburg defend this one? Or can Werder Bremen get back into the game almost immediately once more? Well, it's Tuana Mahmoud to take the outswinger. It is successfully cleared, at least initially, by Wolfsburg, as the ball is hooked back in. Now hammered away by Hegering. Plenty of work right here being shown by both sets of players as Mahmoud gets the ball again. Just trying to clip that one over the top, but it was well read. There's a free runner here on the near side for Werder Bremen. It's Matthijs. She is still in acres of space, trying to bend the ball in. Wolfsburg can clear, but it's hoisted back up by Werder Bremen. And they're trying to keep the pressure on, but the pass there in the end going out of play from Schmidt. Well, we haven't had a goal for a couple of minutes. What are they doing out there? It's that opening 10 minutes. Berenstein on 6 minutes. Schmidt with the leveler on 8. And then only a minute later, Berenstein restoring the lead for Wolfsburg. down the line there from Wolfsburg, coming to nothing. As here come the away side again, Berenstein pulling out towards the right wing here, and she's brought down. She wants the free kick. Is she going to get it, though? It did look as though she was clipped there. As you can see, there is some confusion here as to what was awarded. It's caught by Seams, but it's been given as a corner kick. As it's driven across, it's a very decent one as well. It dropped to Berenstein, who couldn't quite readjust her footing there to get a shot in. She was in the 6-yard box, pretty much unmarked. She could have helped herself to a hat-trick already there. There's a ball back across here from the left-hand side this time. Just above the likes of Blomqvist in there. Wolfsburg managing to hold on to their lead for far longer now. They open the scoring in the 6th minute. Frantic as we saw 3 goals in the space of 3 minutes. Here's Hoot. There's a clever ball out towards the right-hand side, just flicked on there by Blomqvist. As Wolfsburg holding on to the ball. Wilms back here for Hoot. As the defender there for Werder Bremen just caught late as she made the clearance. The referee may be forced to pull out the yellow cards here. Indeed. It's Hegering who was running towards the final third here. And in a desperation to make the block, just catching the defender who seems in some trouble here. It's as though it's Wichmann who is down. Well, there the confirmation. Marina Hegering, our first yellow card of the day. And our first stoppage as well of the afternoon. After 15 frenetic minutes, 3 goals. And it looks like a real sore one. Well, concern here for Thomas Horsch. He may have to make a substitution here by the looks of it. The clearance. Hegering, in fairness to her, didn't lift a high boot or anything like that. Just caught her with the momentum as she was running through. And indeed, we are going to see a substitution made, an enforced one here. It's been a nightmare start, really, for Werder Bremen. They've got enough injuries as it is, as it looks as though Sternad is coming on. Well, you can see that Thomas Horsch really not happy. He's lost another player here. Just being helped off there, Wichmann. Hope that that's nothing too serious, even though her reaction would suggest that it is. She is walking pretty freely as she's helped off by the physios. On comes Maya Sternert, 20-year-old attacker. And away we go again with Wolfsburg here in possession. And as the ball is launched up towards the penalty area, From's coming across here under no pressure, just to keep the ball rolling. Foul put her in the book, and unfortunately Wichmann off the field. Hegering there was looking for options forward, didn't have any. Wolfsburg though comfortable in keeping the ball at the back. That's decent defending there from Seams, heading the ball out of play. As we're about to come up towards 20 minutes played. Werder Bremen 1, Wolfsburg 2. Cracking start to this match. Ehrenstein at the double. She is with the little touch back. As there's another run into the box here. And this time it's picked up by Ping. It was Blomqvist who was trying to time the run. Just a little bit of a heavy touch in the end. At the moment, Werder Bremen just struggling slightly to track those runs forward into the penalty area. I'm sure that Tommy Stroot, the Wolfsburg head coach, has noticed that. Be telling his midfield players to break into the box as often as possible. As Ehrenstein here will put Peng under a little bit of pressure. She almost made the mistake as well that the defender Nemeth coming across to collect the ball. Matthijs back to a keeper. Here's Ulbrich. Long ball this time. Towards that right-hand channel. It's turned into a good pass as well. It's Sternert's first chance to attack. As in the end, the Wolfsburg defence there just managing to clear it with sheer volume of numbers more than anything. It got them out of trouble there. Werder Bremen, this is a really good reaction to falling behind again. And it doesn't look as though losing Wichmann to injury, it doesn't look as though it's really affected them. Schmidt, remember, she is levelling for Werder Bremen with a deflected effort off Wilms. A really well-controlled shot, though. Deserves her name on the score sheet. The side foot effort. As Brandt there tried to play the ball out towards the right-hand side. The referee calling a halt to the game, though. A free kick the way of Wolfsburg. As Latvein takes it quickly. A lovely assist for her for the second goal for Berenstein. The pass from the centre circle, absolutely brilliantly threaded through into the run of the Dutch striker. As there we see Brandt went down, didn't get a free kick. The referee trying to let it flow. In fact, it was Linda, sorry, pushing up on that left-hand side. There was just a little hand in the back there from Stannard, nothing more. It would have been pretty harsh to give the free kick there in that position. Midway through the first half, Wolfsburg at the moment doing the business. As it stands, they would be up into second spot in the table. 1 point behind Eintracht Frankfurt, who won against Carl Zeiss Jena yesterday. Werder Bremen stuck in 6th. Worried about Leipzig behind them, only 1 point behind their RB Leipzig. First of all, they'll need to get back into this game. It's Berenstein managing to hold things up. Couldn't find the pass though, as the ball wouldn't really come down for her. Wilms there was just caught in midfield, and the ball given away sloppily there by Wolfsburg. Good work rate though on the right hand side from Wilms to win the ball back again. Now the Werder Bremen fans have come to life here to try and roar their team back into the game in the 25th minute. This is Weidauer, just having a pocket pick there in the centre by Brandt. This is Pop. Alexandra Pop having to drop deep into midfield to pick up possession. That's another nice ball down the right-hand side. And the tackle coming in, it's not quite gone out for the corner. Werder doing very well there to keep the ball in. Seems left back being troubled as there's another run forwards here. It's Brandt who went down at the edge of the box. Just a slip, said the referee. Ina Lutz at the moment not too busy, just the 1 yellow card for Hegering here. Caused injury to Wichmann. The enforced substitution for Werder Bremen. Stannard coming on for her. Just trying to flick the ball around the defender there. Didn't quite come off. Altay's doing very, very well against today's 2-goal striker. Oh, she could be in again here, just on the shoulder of the last defender. Ulrich, though, doing very, very well. Perfect positioning. And feeding the ball here up the field towards Matthijs. Berenstein, her first goal. A tap in on the rebound after Blomqvist's effort was saved by Peng. The second, a clinical finish, running onto a great ball through before sliding it home, as we see there just a tangle from Jule Brandt. Options ahead of her here. She runs into the final third towards the left-hand side. Pop drives the ball up towards the edge of the box here, just holding a position as well. Good intelligent play from the captain. Now she's making a late break for the penalty area. Because though the ball will come for her though. Werder Bremen make the interception. This is neat play down the right-hand side from Werder Bremen. Mulhouse. And the ball slid into the penalty area. Frums can clear though. That's beautiful control from Pop. And then the final pass sliced out of play. Showing her class there with the initial touch. On the Wolfsburg defence here, coming under a little more scrutiny as time goes on. At the moment, Minge and Hegering back there, though, being really well helped out by the likes of Latwijn and Pop. And goal hasn't had too much to do, really. Was beaten by the deflected effort from Schmidt. We're on in the game. We've had no goals for nearly 20 minutes now. 3 in the opening 9. There's a tangle there in the corner. Both players staying down. For the away side. It's turned out to be a corner for Werder Bremen. Organisation for the away side as the ball's floated towards the far stick there, just kept in by Weidauer. Twisting and turning here, but in the end the ball being given away by Werder Bremen, and then straight away Blomqvist doing the same. Alexandra Pop coming in with the challenge on Mulhouse. That's a lovely ball. Almost getting Brandt in on the left-hand side. Defending though from Werder Bremen once more, as Linda was on the overlap. Just over half an hour gone. 2-1 to Wolfsburg. That will do for them. Do get the feeling we haven't seen the last of the goal-scoring action for today. There again, good defending against her from Matthijs this time. Longer ball forward from Werder Bremen, mixing it up a little bit, looking for Sternard, but it looks as though it's just a little bit too much on that one as it rolls out of play. Frums here in no real hurry to take the goal kick. Hegering coming across to collect. So see 33rd minute. Werder Bremen 1, Wolfsburg 2 in the Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga. Double from Berenstein. Sandwiching the strike from Laura Sophie Schmidt. Again, Wolfsburg taking their time over the goal kick. It's finally smashed forward here, though, by Werder Bremen. They might have another opportunity, as the strike did come in, but you could hear the whistle went already. There was an offside flag raised there against Weidauer as the ball was lifted forward towards her. In the end, the free kick will be taken from where the player was offside. They thought it was a goal kick, I believe, initially. Wolves were just winning the ball in midfield there. Berenstein, is she onside as she tries to challenge for this one? It doesn't matter, the defender doing very, very well there. The ball is out of play, out to safety for Bremen. Berenstein, whenever the ball comes towards her, she just comes to life. One of those players that you don't see for a couple of minutes and then suddenly she explodes onto the ball. Saw her do twice in the opening 10 minutes. There's another little injury here. See that excellent tracking once again from Matas. She's doing a lot of work in that defensive midfield position, tracking runs. As we see, the Wilms is okay to continue after that blow with 10 minutes to go before half-time. Long free kick down the line here. It's a good ball as well. And they get quality into the box from here. It's towards the byline. In the end, seems though rebounding off her for the goal kick, and she's got to quickly get back into position, the left back. Froms, though, not taking the opportunity to try and catch her out. Again, a slow restart as the stats come up. You can see 58% of the possession for Wolfsburg, and they've won the majority as well of the tackles. But it's the shots and the shots on target where they've made the biggest advantage, as Berenstein is in again. And this time she can't finish on the left foot. It was a little bit awkward for her. She was under pressure as well from the defender. And, well, no hat-trick for Berenstein. Lovely defending coming in there from Nemeth. You really did expect the net to bulge there, though, as the Dutch striker ran onto that ball. This is very difficult indeed for Werder Bremen now. They know they need to push forward to try and grab another equaliser. But of course there are players at the other end who can really hurt them, like Berenstein. Would love to claim the match ball, as we see a shot there on the turn coming in. No problem at all for Mela Froms, though. Latvine out towards the right-hand side. Hegering. Ball up towards Brandt here, just drifting inside. Good driving run out towards Linda now on the left. Tackling left back, doing so well there. As the ball comes in from put-up, and it was towards the far post area. Just over the head there of Berenstein. I think it was Hoot as well who was in there. Seems with the throw in though. See plenty of fans here at Platzself at the Weserstadion. Moment though, the majority of them disappointed as Bremen losing by 2-1 against the Giants Wolfsburg. But this is a far better showing than last week from Werder Bremen, and they lost by 3-0. Freiburg winning that game with ease, really. This a little bit more of a tougher task for Wolfsburg, although Werder Bremen just knocking on the door to try and open up the away side, but it's proving difficult as well. Wolfsburg side really do have nous throughout the team. Fans bouncing in the stands to keep themselves warm here in the north of Germany. The ball rolled out here by Frums to Hegering. Longer ball forwards here from Latvine. It's picked up though. We're looking for Berenstein. And we see a fine interception from Hoot in the centre of midfield. Making herself available for the ball again here. Now Pop. Just trying to turn on the halfway line. She thought she was caught. Referee waving play on, but she stayed down. We don't normally see that from Alexandra Poppers. In the end, whistle does go, and the referee, it looks as though she needs some attention. Oh, just signalling to the referee there that she was caught on the calf. Does seem to be a painful one indeed. See, the studs there was a complete accident as Schmidt came in. Another stoppage here as we're into the final 5 minutes of the first half. I would expect there'll be about 4 minutes of time added on as well due to the injury here of Alexandra Pop. So earlier Sorina Wichmann helped off the field after a tackle came in on her from Hegering. I think that Pop here is going to play through the pain. It's not a muscular injury. She was caught by the studs of Schmidt on the follow through. As she regains her feet, the cheers go up from the away fans. I want to see the captain going off in the first half. She is limping, but I think she'll be able to run this one off. trying to jog down the sidelines there. She'll probably get more treatment over half-time as well if she stays on. 2 minutes to go of the regulation 45. We'll see how much time is added on. After that exciting start to the game with 3 goals in the opening 9 minutes, we've seen no more goal-scoring action. Werder Bremen, you'd have to say, giving as good as they're getting, really. They've certainly not been outclassed as they were last week against Freiburg. Even though Wolfsburg perhaps of a higher calibre. Werder Bremen really getting through a lot of good work. Well drilled as well this week under Thomas Horsch. Martijs particularly in midfield doing a great job of tracking runs. As here's Ulbrich safely back to Peng, unlike last week against Freiburg. A little bit more composed, both Nemeth and Ulbrich at the moment, compared to last weekend. They'll have some defending to do again here, but the ball towards Berenstain too far ahead of her. Can pick it up. Here's Martijs. Wide on the right. This is a patient attack here building from Werder Bremen. As Martijs coming towards the final third, just having to check back there. Schmidt was inside her. Ball back out towards the right, deflected for a throw. As we will have 4 minutes of time added on at the end of this first half. It's just started. Also often in the Frauen Bundesliga we see goals at the end of the first half. Are we going to see one here? As Wolfsburg come on the attack, the strike does come in, and it's an easy stop at the near post there for Peng. It was Blomqvist who finally got the shot away, didn't really get hold of it on the volley. Berenstain helping herself to a brace early in the game. Could have had a hat-trick as well. She sent a left-footed effort just wide of the post, under pressure. Werder Bremen will be kicking themselves that they couldn't stay level pegging at 1-1 for longer than a minute before Berenstain made it 2-1 in the 9th minute. Saw there just a little bit of panic from Froms, but she managed to get the ball upfield. Wolfsburg will not want to concede here in stoppage time at the end of the first half. It's Hoot. It's simple, passing for Hegering. Gets it back again here from Linda. Good pressure in midfield there on Brandt. They haven't really given her much of an opportunity to show what she can do. Been tight on her. Although here's the next attack from Wolfsburg down the right-hand side. Werder Bremen there just struggling to get it clear. It is out for the throw, right in the corner in the end. Ulbrich coming across to clear. See that Alexandra Pop on this near side moving freely after that tackle that caught her on the calf from Schmidt. As we've got 1 more minute remaining here in time added on. Oh, the ball is across and it's been spilled here. Hobb coming in on it in the end. Werder Bremen just managing to get it clear. The struggling there was Peng as the ball came across from Blomqvist. She couldn't hold on to it. And Alexandra Pop just colliding in the end with 2 defenders on the edge of the 6-yard box. Just couldn't quite force the ball over the line. Or putting their bodies on the line there, the Werder Bremen defenders. Allowing Alexandra Pop to score right at the end of the first half, although there might be another opportunity for her side. It's rolled across and cleared again by Werder Bremen. The shot in the end is blocked, not once but twice. Hoot it was who pulled the trigger both times. As now there's a late break here for Werder Bremen. Well, the ball going out of play, and that's the opportunity for Davina Lutz to blow the half-time whistle. So, it's Werder Bremen 1, Wolfsburg 2 at half-time in the Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga. Bärenstein at the double. All the goals coming in the opening 9 minutes here. It looked as though we were going to get another thriller after the 3-3 draw between these two on the opening day of the season. But no goal-scoring action since then. Schmidt replying to the early opener in the 6th minute from Bärenstein. Only 2 minutes later, Schmidt with the deflected effort beating the keeper Fromms. It was a well-controlled effort just coming off Wilms. But then 1 minute later, Bärenstein was played in a wonderful ball from midfield from Latvine into her run, and she calmly slotted home for 2-1. So that's the end of the action for the first half. Join us in about 15 minutes or so to see if that's the end of the goal-scoring action.
Mach bloß ein und heb bloß ein. Jetzt hüpf, jetzt sagt er. Gut, komm. Bin noch weg.
Welcome back to the second half of this Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga fixture between Werder Bremen and Wolfsburg in Bremen. The half-time scoreline is 2-1 to the away side, Wolfsburg here, as we saw a blitz of goals in the opening 10 minutes. As Berenstein was at the double, her goals sandwiching that of Schmidt, who could only equalise for 1 minute. And we're going to see changes for both sides here, as Jonsdottir will be coming on for Wolfsburg to play in attack. She was devastating midweek, remember, against Roma in the Women's Champions League, scoring 4 times after coming on as sub. She's joined as well by Dijkstra. So a defensive switch there, as Werder Bremen also bringing on fresh legs. They were forced to make a change early in the game, as Wichmann was caught in the opening 20 minutes by Hegering. That meant a yellow card for the Wolfsburg defender. Wichmann in the end replaced by Sternard. As Werder Bremen then get us underway for the second half. They trail here at home to Wolfsburg, as you can see in the graphic. They did put up a decent performance in the first half, but the lead is deserved for Wolfsburg. It's a much improved performance as well from Werder Bremen compared to last week's 3-0 loss here to Freiburg. Wolfsburg looking to get back to winning ways as well in the Frauen Bundesliga after losing to Bayer Leverkusen last week. As we can see, the Hegering has been brought off for Dijkstra. So Hegering on that yellow card, perhaps no risks being taken by Tommy Strutz as Jonsdottir comes on for Rebecca Blomqvist. It was Blomqvist who got a shot away in the 6th minute. It was initially saved by Peng, but the rebound falling straight to Berenstein, who could tap home. And it's in fact a double change for the home side, as Waltling coming on for Diekman. Well, Wolfsburg here with the early attack, just over a minute gone in the second half. Berenstein will be hoping to grab her hat-trick, as there's an early chance coming in. The shot in the end just helped wide there by Brands. And it looks as though they really mean business here. Thomas Horsch, though, I'm sure will have really been motivating his players over half-time, the Werder Bremen head coach. Just need that extra 10% more from them to really cause Wolfsburg problems. Would have been delighted with the equaliser from Schmidt, only 2 minutes after falling behind. However, 1 minute later, Berenstein restoring the lead for Wolfsburg. That's how it stayed until now in this second half. Too many chances for either team. Well, statistically, Wolfsburg on top with the vast majority of the possession, 58%. 9 shots compared to 3. Alexandra Popp, you can see there jogging through midfield. She was just caught coming towards the end of the first half, but she's fit enough to take a place in the 11 for this second half. Run through midfield. Here it's Hood, who keeps going, out towards Jonsdottir. And she gets the shot away, full of confidence after that 4-goal haul against Roma. But on the left foot there, just helping the ball over the bar in the end, just leaning back slightly. Icelander. Tommy Stroud hoping for a similar kind of impact from her. Long ball forward here from Peng. Laid off in midfield and another ball hoisted forward. Dijkstra it was, just helping it forward with her left foot as Jonstadter could be in here on the right-hand side. As the defender comes across, and it's a really good challenge as well being made there by Seams. Recovering well, making up a lot of ground there before nicking the ball away from the attacker. See Vidauer with the face mask. Oh, 5 minutes into the second half, it's still 2-1 here to Wolfsburg. It's an important result for them. As it stands, they are up to second in the table. As there could be a break on here now for the home side as the shot comes in from the tight angle there. And the goalkeeper well out of the picture. Looking to loop the ball in here. Decent attempt there. Coming in from Mulhouse. Won't go for it. As we see the ball forward here from Latvine. Ball pumped forward. This time Berenstein is interested in this one. Getting there first though was Dijkstra. Valkling. The possession there just being turned over by Wolfsburg. This is Pop. In the end, the ball given away there to Vidauer. As Berenstein could be in again here at the edge of the box, trying to find a yard of space to get a shot away. She's just been held up there by the defence in the end. And the shot comes in the end there. Just over the bar. Oh, Berenstein doing really well initially to burst onto the pass there. Couldn't get the shot away. Bent over the bar. I think it was Brandt who took it in the end. But every time Berenstein is bearing down on goal, you just have the feeling that it is going to be a goal for her, given her form earlier in the game with that quick-fire double. Wolfsburg here in this second half looking to control the possession a little bit more as time ticks on. Now, as I say that, the ball is slackly played out towards the left-hand side. It seemed an easier pass than that. I don't think Tommy Stroud too happy. As Pop there onto the ball in midfield, immediately looking to fire it forward for Linette Berenstein. That's a decent looking ball forward here for Werder Bremen, and then the hopeful effort coming in Schmidt, it was, I believe, who pulled the trigger again, looking to add to her goal in the first half. Rather optimistic, though, to beat Frums from there. Which way has the decision gone here? It's gone the way of the away side, as Linda takes the throw. And Pop again, dropping deep just to orchestrate things. She has a great overview of the pitch from there as Berenstein on the left-hand side, and it's a big stop there from Peng at the near post area, denying Berenstein her hat-trick in the 10th minute of the second half. Oh, you do fancy that Berenstein is going to get another couple of chances if it carries on like this. Surely Tommy Stroll's not thinking of withdrawing her. Love her to get the hat-trick as the resulting corner is bent in, and it's turned into the net. It's 3-1 now to Wolfsburg. 55th minute. And it looks as though it's Jule Brandt who has made it 3-1. They've got the cushion that they were looking for here, Wolfsburg. Corner coming in, the ball ending up in the bottom corner, and Tommy Stroll does have something to applaud. Well, it seemed to be scrappy defending there from Werder Bremen. No replay as yet to see how she managed to evade the Werder Bremen defenders there, but it is 3-1 to Wolfsburg. So from here you would really expect the away side just to shut up shop now, really, as it's confirmed the second goal of the season for Jule Brandt. Werder Bremen 2 home games in a week, and it would be 2 home losses, as Peng there just forced to deal with an uncomfortable back pass. Mahmoud, ball tucked forward. And that ball sprayed out towards the right-hand side will just go out there. It's an idea to try and stretch Wolfsburg, but it didn't come off. Wilms under real pressure here from 2 Werder Bremen players, forcing the error as well. Schmidt almost pouncing upon it. Helped out there by Latvine. And Sundstedt here, they're just trying to stick out a leg to bring the ball under control. Didn't fall into her path. To the final third go, Werder Bremen will be disappointed to fall 3-1 behind early in the second half as the corner comes in from Hood, and it's pretty much a free header there for Brandt. At that, it's not even in the near post area. She's dead centre of goal, and she can't even miss from there. That's poor defending, really, from Werder Bremen. So disappointing. As Payne there came out a long way to make that clearance. It's a bouncing ball in the penalty area. And in the end, Mulhouse did manage to get something on it, just trying to hook it towards goal. I think in the end, she was in an offside position, though. Or perhaps the ball went out of play. Let's have a look here. Yeah, it did go out of play off her foot. Wolfsburg taking a risk there, allowing the ball to bounce in the area. That's Werder Bremen. Well, they've fallen 2 goals behind, but they've reacted well, and they've won a corner here through Weidauer. Coming up towards the hour mark, I have to say that they will really need to get a goal back ASAP. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say it's been a comfortable game for Wolfsburg, but from now on in, they can just keep Werder Bremen at arm's length. But they need to defend this corner. It comes, it's a high one up, it's flicked on, and then hammered away by the Wolfsburg defence. So we're going to see another... And it will be Wiedemeyer on to replace her for the final half hour or so. Going off. She was the player who deflected in the shot from Schmidt for the leveller early in the game in the 8th minute. That seems a long time ago now, if you're a Werder Bremen fan. They were level for only a minute before Berenstein restored the lead, and it's now been added to in this second half by Brand. Is Hoot, whose corner sets up the goal for Brandt. Brilliant through pass was converted by this player Berenstein for 2-1 at that time. Jonstutir running the right wing, and that's a lovely little flick as well. The ball across here and just failing to pick out Brandt. It was the new arrival Wiedemeyer who made that brilliant run off the ball. What a back. Well, the Werder fans here still trying to get their team back into this one, despite the 2-goal deficit with just under half an hour remaining. Well, you would think that the game is beyond them. However, remember, they did draw 3-3 with Wolfsburg on the opening day of the season in a classic. So Mahmoud here has just been caught in the face, just being checked here by the referee. Davina Lutz, okay to continue. after that stoppage. And the long ball here sent forward in the Werder keeper. All picked up though by Wolfsburg. From the back here, very nicely. Wolfsburg as they want to get the championship back under their belt again. Massive expectation, of course, at Wolfsburg. As Berenstein just trying to turn the defender. Couldn't quite pick out the pass, though. Another bouncing ball downfield here from Wolfsburg towards Jonsdott here. Defender Nemitz launches that one clear. Right into the corner, Wiedemeyer. He's just evaded, and it was a lovely looking ball in there towards Mulhouse, but it was just behind the forward. Here she is again with the layoff for Schmidt. And they're trying to get the ball into the box again there, Werder Bremen. The attacker is down, but let's play on, says the referee. Just a quick stoppage here. I think we'll be okay to continue almost immediately. Well, it was Weidauer. It was just caught. No hint of a foul, though. It's Thomas Horsch. Well, he sent his team out in the second half with the task of trying to find a leveller for 2-2. Instead, they've conceded, you can see. It's 3-1 to Wolfsburg. And they have given a much better showing today than against Freiburg last week. That will at least please him, despite the scoreline here. Wolfsburg, of course, one of the big guns in the Frauen Bundesliga. And Werder Bremen have never beaten their opponents today in 14 encounters so far. It looks as though that's going to go up to 15. They've only managed one draw, and that came on the opening day of the season. It's going to take a monumental effort from them in the final quarter of the game to try and get at least a point here. As, again, Wolfsburg threatening. It's Brandt who headed in the corner from Hoot to make it 3-1. And they have to just accept a corner. Oh, can they repeat the trick again here? Wolfsburg. Hoot is across to take. It's a decent take once more, but headed away. Well done by Mulhouse. Now the counter-attack perhaps on, but Alexandra Popp there just using all of her experience to come across and cut out the run forward from Werder Bremen. She's played very well today, but at the same time, I feel she's playing within herself. She's not had to gallop forward. She's been controlling things from a little bit deeper today. side. On the ball there from Brandt, it was just closed down by two Werder Bremen defenders. They're still working really hard here, Werder Bremen, to try and get back into this game. Certainly not rolling over. This is a fancy little flick there from Hood, just to glide around her opponent in midfield. Well, can they create another chance for the number 9 Berenstein, I wonder, Wolfsburg? She's on 2 goals. Those 2 coming in the opening 9 minutes, and she would have really thought that she might be taking the match ball home, but she's fired 1 shot wide. That came in the first half. No real clear-cut opportunities for her so far in this second half. That's Wiedemeyer. Just cuts inside. It's a lovely flick again there. Wolfsburg really starting to show what they can do as the threaded ball through from Hood was intercepted. They're swarming all over Werder Bremen at the moment. There's just no let-up here as the attempted cross is deflected out for a corner. 20 minutes to go. And Werder Bremen under real pressure. This will be the 6th corner of the game. It's 3 each on that count. Here's Hoot again. Plenty of movement in the box from Wolfsburg, but it's a really good catch, that one, from Peng. She'll be glad that that was floated straight into her arms, as we see a yellow card being flashed there by the... Just delaying the restart as we see that Wolfsburg about to make another switch now. It looks as though Hendrich is coming on. And she is on for her fellow German international, Jule Brandt. And Tommy Struth just starting to shut up shop. And you can see Jonsdottir right in her face there and coming across. And that's the 2nd booking of the game. The first for Hegering. She's since gone off at half-time. And now Jonsdottir have to watch her discipline for the remaining 20 minutes or so. Hendrich with her first touch, getting the ball safely back to Froms. For Werder Bremen, not only do they have the worry here of being 3-1 down at home to Wolfsburg, so it didn't look good for Wichmann in the first half, as Rainer Wichmann had to be helped off the field. The challenge coming from Hegering, that ended with her having a yellow card. Let's hope that Wichmann is okay. Of course, we are going into the winter break for Werder Bremen. The Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga restarting the end of February, end of January, start of February. Wolfsburg, though, still do have a competitive fixture midweek against Lyon in the Women's Champions League. They are already through to the quarterfinals in that competition. So not too much on that match, but it is 2 European giants coming up against each other. As Berenstein just coming inside, saw the opportunity. Why not have a crack from there, 25 yards, but sending it bouncing in the end towards Peng. to the heavens there. She thought she could have hit that a little better, as the ball is dangerously across here from Werder Bremen. Just a little bit of panic there from Merle Froms as it came across, but the attacker just caught on her heels, as we're going to see a double switch now from Werder Bremen. Papai coming on for Sophie Weidauer. And well, Stannard coming off as well, who was the replacement for Wichmann in the first half. Hasn't really got into the game, especially in this second half, and Arfawi has been sent on to try and make an impact with just over 15 minutes remaining. It's a big ask, but Arfawi could be just that, or just have that little bit of magic that they're looking for. Let's see. Really can't see Wolfsburg letting this 3-1 lead slip here, but Werder Bremen winning the corner, and if they can convert here, it really would line things up for a grandstand finish. Well, Mahmoud is across to take it. The fourth corner of the game for the home side. Can they make it count? Another out swinger. The header comes in, and it's just wide of goal in the end. It was Schmidt who got ahead to it. A real taste for goals today, having got the equaliser for Werder Bremen in the 8th minute. So as we come into the final 15 minutes then, Tommy Strauch was saying that in the previous seasons in the Frauen Bundesliga, Werder Bremen in the last 15 minutes or so would visibly tire, but that's not the case anymore. They really have improved under Thomas Horsch. They are a club and a team on the up in the Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga. Perhaps at the moment, Wolfsburg that step above them, but they have caused problems for the teams in the top four this season. As I said at the start of the programme, drawing with Wolfsburg on the opening day of the season, also with Bayer Leverkusen as well. And they got a 1-0 win over Eintracht Frankfurt in a run of 5 competitive fixtures, 1 in a row. So they do have it in their locker. It's just whether they can get the consistency throughout the season to get into that top four. We saw last week with the loss against Freiburg, it looks as though they could get into that conversation. Freiburg having beaten Werder Bremen here by 3-0. It was one of those matches that could be a tipping point for either side, as there's a long ranger coming in here, and the knuckleball there in the end no problem for Frums. Mulhouse who went for it from long range. Well, they've not let their heads drop at all here, Werder Bremen, despite the scoreline. Throw here on the right-hand side for Werder Bremen. Matthijs. And a clearance towards Jonstutz here. Safely back here towards the goalkeeper. Peng there by Nemeth. Peng again, and almost giving the ball away to Alexandra Pop. It's the last player you want to give the ball away to. Heart in mouth moment there for the keeper, but she got away with it. Oh, with just under 12 minutes remaining, there's the confirmation. Wolfsburg do have the cushion away from home by 3-1 against Werder Bremen in the Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga. Decent performance from the away team. Not too many chances created, it has to be said, in this game by either side, really. Just that little bit of extra class from Wolfsburg, especially when you've got a number 9 like Berenstein in your team. She showed her clinical finishing in the opening 9 minutes to get a brace. She's had a couple of chances as well to get her hat-trick. Those 2 goals being added to in this second half as Brandt headed home a corner from Hoot. Just over 10 minutes to go. We've had barely a stoppage in this second half, really. Mostly for substitutions and for the goal as well. So I would think at the moment only 2 minutes really to be added on. We had 4, remember, in the first half due to the injury to Wichmann of Werder Bremen in the opening 20 minutes. Let's hope that she's okay. Player down there is Ulbrich, after being caught by Latvine. No holds barred. A free kick here out on the right-hand side. It's Mulhouse who's standing over it. Look to swing this over into the box from this deep position. Up it goes. It's a low one in, and it caused problems there for Frums. I think she's quite glad to dive on the ball there. May have taken a touch on its way through as well. Very difficult to see. It was a clever ball in from Mulhouse. I do think it took a deflection there as it came through towards Frums, and she was quite unsighted as well with the number of players in there. Hear the statistics, and you can see from those that Wolfsburg do deserve this lead that they've built up. 15 shots, 7 on target, 9-5 for Werder Bremen, and almost 60% of the possession for the away team as well. And those tackles won, that's what's made the difference, perhaps, for the away team. When you come to a place like Werder Bremen, you've really got to put the dirty work in before you can start playing your football, and that's exactly what Wolfsburg have done here. They've dug in, and at the moment it looks as though they're going to go back home to Wolfsburg with the 3 points in their pockets. However, with 8 minutes remaining, anything can happen in the Frauen Bundesliga, as we're going to see a switch here as Minge is going off for Wolfsburg. There's also a switch as well for Werder Bremen, with the goal scorer Schmidt going off. So Janina Minge off and Vivienne Enderman comes on. A really deep squad for Wolfsburg, of course. Talent all round. Lara Schmidt is off and Amani Mahmoud comes on. She made her Frauen Bundesliga debut last week against Freiburg, also as a substitute. Well, both times she's come on as a sub, though. The team have been down. Difficult for her, as the corner is floated in and almost resulted in the 4th goal for Wolfsburg. Bremen are going to have to watch themselves here. 3-1 is pretty respectable against the Giants. 4-1 suddenly looks like a hammering. It certainly hasn't been that type of match where Wolfsburg have completely outclassed the hosts here. Werder Bremen have been in it throughout the game. Unfortunate for them that Berenstein added her second goal just a minute after they got the equaliser through Schmidt. If they could have held on a little longer at 1-1, perhaps they would have had the chance to sneak themselves ahead. It didn't turn out that way at all, though. Foul here, just passing the ball on for Seams to get the throw in from the left-hand side. Which is headed away by Wolfsburg. Hoot volleying forward, then back again into the left-hand channel here for Werder Bremen. House almost bringing it down. Good tracking being shown there. As we see the next 5 matches for Werder Bremen, and of course, these of course will come in 2025. Potsdam, Turbine Potsdam, the bottom side for them. Leipzig, that's also a very important match as well. 2 teams in mid-table. As Wolfsburg will restart next year against Carl Zeiss Jena. Competitive fixture, as I mentioned, the Champions League match against Lyon. They're already into the quarter-finals in that competition, looking to go deep. Disappointment of last season. Comfortably passing the ball around at the back here, Wolfsburg. And just trying to beat the press as well as Hoot sends the ball forward. Jonstutzer. Hoot again. Still be looking to line up Berenstein for one more chance to try and get the hat-trick. As we see Alfawi there with the block on the corner, the cross coming in from Wiedemeyer. Latvine is crossing over the halfway line here. Now Hoot on the half turn. Bob. The clearance away. First time there by Matthijs. I would say Matthijs has been the most impressive player for Werder Bremen today, alongside Schmidt, the goal scorer. Matthijs doing a lot of the dirty work in that midfield area. There's a player down here. It's Linder, the left back for Wolfsburg. Looks like another painful one as well. We've had a couple of these knocks today for both sides. Another stoppage in play. It's one of those where it's just off the ball. A little bit of a twinge. That's never a good sign. The German international left-back is being helped to her feet here. Just as she ran into her teammate there, Pop, don't think that she saw her coming. Well, we've got 90 seconds remaining here, and well, now there will be surely 3 or 4 minutes of time added on at the end of the game. Got to say, probably not enough really for Werder Bremen to get back into it. It's gonna take a collapse really from Wolfsburg, as we see Linda just gingerly coming back onto the field to finish off. Of course, her team have already made the 5 changes. As we are into the final minute now. Well, Werder Bremen far better than last week's showing against Freiburg. That's for sure. Just not enough, though, against Wolfsburg. And you feel as well that the away side, they had another gear or two if they needed it. Got the early lead in the 6th minute through Berenstein. And there was the shock leveller only 2 minutes later from Werder Bremen. Schmidt scoring a deflected effort. Only a minute after that, Berenstein again scoring for 2-1. And then the goal for 3-1 coming early in the second half as well. As there's a yellow card shown here, I think, towards Mella Froms as she was delaying the restart of the game. As 4 minutes have been signalled here as time added on at the end of the game. Very similar story to in the first half. Well, there is the confirmation. Froms booked. Just letting the time tick down here away from home. Sitting on a 3-1 lead. In time added on. Afawi. She's brought down on the halfway line, and the referee just thinking about it before blowing the whistle. I think just waiting to see if there was any advantage. None came. It's a physical challenge coming in there from Latvine, not allowing Afawi to turn. It's Peng. The ball lifted up towards the edge of the box and well headed away by the Wolfsburg defence. Deflection on that cross in. Pop was there to try and clear, and it came off the Werder Bremen attacker last for a goal kick. Alexandra Pop with a really experienced performance today. Here comes Hoods, laying it out towards Jonstutz here. And the ball across was just behind Berenstein. Well, she's going to have to hurry up here, Berenstein, if she wants to take the match ball for a hat-trick. We're midway through the 4 minutes of allotted stoppage time. Sure, she would have thought, having got 2 goals in the opening 9 minutes, that surely the hat-trick was on. The ball sent forward here by Werder Bremen. House, the hold-up play. Well, it's a big result for Wolfsburg this weekend. At the moment, they are in second spot in the Frauen Bundesliga, just a point behind Eintracht Frankfurt, who won last night. Werder Bremen, though, 6th spot in the table. They could go down to 7th if RB Leipzig can get a win. that mid-table spot, Werder Bremen, but they'll be fairly happy with that. They are an improving club, as I mentioned earlier on, as we've got one last attack here coming from Wolfsburg out towards the right-hand side, and the shot in the end a little bit wild there. It was Enderman who had the final opportunity of this afternoon to try and wrap things up, sending the shot high and wide as the full-time whistle blows. So it is Werder Bremen 1, Wolfsburg 3. A big 3 points on the road for Wolfsburg, as we can see there Berenstein with the brace in the opening 9 minutes, sandwiching that goal from Schmidt, which was the equaliser, a deflected effort. Brand completing the scoring for Wolfsburg early in the second half, a header from a corner. And in the end, it was pretty comfortable for Wolfsburg, although Thomas Horsch there, the head coach for Werder Bremen, will be happy enough with the performance of his team. Much better than last week. And they go into the winter break firmly ensconced midfield in the table. Wolfsburg, though, showing what they can do, showing all their experience to come away from the north of Germany with a 3-1 win here. They could have panicked after the equaliser from Werder Bremen came so early after their opener, but they shook their heads and regained their composure. Berenstein 1 minute later putting them back ahead, and it never really looked in doubt, really, the win here after that. Well, they go into the final competitive fixture of 2024 midweek against Lyon in the Women's Champions League, full of confidence. They've rebounded from losing that match last weekend in the Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga to Bayer Leverkusen by 1-0. They beat Roma midweek by 6-1. They've beaten Werder Bremen here by 3-1. And, well, the second half of the season in the Frauen Bundesliga is going to be tremendously exciting, with 4 teams in the mix for the championship. Wolfsburg, of course, one of them, currently in second spot, with the rest of the action to come this weekend. It's the huddles being held here by both teams. I'm sure that Tommy Stroud praising his team there for a really experienced 3 points on the road, as there we see the statistics, and it is a deserved 3 points as well for Wolfsburg away from home. 17 shots with 7 on target, almost 60% of the possession for them, and the tackles won likewise, as we see that Werder Bremen did manage to be competitive, but just not quite good enough to cause problems for a side with the class of Wolfsburg. And you had the feeling as well that Wolfsburg could have upped it a notch if they needed to. Well, Tommy Stroud must be happy with the first half of the season in the Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga. A couple of results where they did just slip up, but that happens. It's become a really competitive league now, as even the big guns can slip up, as Wolfsburg did on the opening day of the season, indeed, to Werder Bremen at home in a 3-3 draw, but they've made up for that with a win here away from home. A big win for Wolfsburg. Then, as we see the highlights, and a lot of the highlights coming early in the game, as Berenstein tucks home her opener, coming on 6 minutes. There was a shock to the system, though, for Wolfsburg, as this deflected effort from Schmidt flew into the back of the net. That was only 2 minutes after the opener. A decent hit, and the deflection on it, beating the keeper. But almost immediately, the reaction from Wolfsburg. The ball threaded through here for Berenstein, a clinical finish. It's a brilliant ball through to her from the centre circle from Latvine, sending her on her way. Great pace being shown, and she slid home the finish. The goal scoring not done though, as in the second half, Brandt here got her head on a whipped-in corner from Hoot. And it ended up in the bottom corner. That was the third goal for Wolfsburg, made it 3-1. Not the greatest defending in the world, though, from the home team on that occasion. Well, there were further opportunities, as Jonsdottir came on after a 4-goal showing against Roma midweek. She was on at half-time, got that left-footed shot away, just lifted it over the bar, though, from the edge of the box. In the end, a comfortable 3-1 win, really, away from home for Wolfsburg, as Mühlhaus here did have another opportunity for Werder Bremen, just trying to catch out the keeper there, as she'd come a long way past the near post. Froms just trying to lift it into the back of the net, but just off target. And they did show heart trying to get back into the game, as this ball across ended up going wide. It was a really dangerous ball. No one really in there, though, to get the tap in. Wolfsburg had one last opportunity, almost the last kick of the game. But the ball was sent high and wide by Enderman. As it's just about time then to start wrapping things up here in the Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga. Here's the match day so far. Eintracht Frankfurt, top of the table after that 3-0 win over Karl Zeiss Jena last night. Bayer Leverkusen just beating Freiburg before this game. Wolfsburg beating Werder Bremen 3-1 away. Bayern host the bottom side Turbine Potsdam tomorrow. There's a mid-table clash between Hoffenheim and SGS Essen before the action finishes on Monday, with Köln up against RB Leipzig. Well, here is the table. Eintracht Frankfurt, as I said, top, just 1 point ahead of victors today, Wolfsburg. Bayern could overtake, though, tomorrow. Bayer Leverkusen currently in 4th. As we can see, Werder Bremen safely in that mid-table position of 6th. But RB Leipzig could overtake them still this weekend. Well, thanks very much then for joining us for that Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga match. Wolfsburg, the Giants, winning 3-1 away at Werder Bremen. It was a tough match, a very entertaining one, though. Enjoy the rest of the weekend's action. Take care. It's goodbye from me.
bisschen mit.
Ist das schon der 4. Advent? Morgen? 3., oder? Ja?
Ja, im Innenraum nicht, finde ich auch gut, aber du warst doch.